Hi everybody, it is Monday, so it is Helen's focus for this week. How are you all? I wanted to talk with you tonight about the topic that I have for you is to visualize the journey, not just the destination. So I'm guessing if you're in my group, in our group in regards to creativity and spirituality, you would be well aware of what law of attraction is. And you've probably seen The Secret as in the movie, probably lots and lots of times. And you may well actually visualize really frequently in terms of the visualization process using that and have a vision board. I definitely have, and I love visualizing, creative visualization, making affirmations that I think are all part of it as well. And I've seen The Secret lots of times and read the book and all that sort of thing. But what a lot of us tend to do when we do that is that we are focusing on the destination. In other words, what it is that we're actually wanting as the outcome. And that's great. But there's something else that I want to add as well as that to actually empower your visualization even more. And that is to actually also focus on the journey. So what I mean by that is, what are the things that are going to have to happen in order for you to achieve what it is your vision is, what your dream is? And of course, in terms of productivity, I can refer to it as our inspired actions or goals. And, sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. And so as well as having a good sense of what it is that we actually want as our outcome, the pictures on the vision board, for instance, actually going through a process to visualize the steps or the actions that you need to do to actually achieve that vision is really, really powerful and supports that whole visualization process. Or as I said, in productivity terms, the achievement of the overall dream or goal, whatever you want to call it. So what I do is I think about what it is that I'm going to need to do to be able to get this dream, this vision happening. Now, if it's something like, and I'm thinking of the Secret movie, The Secret, finding a car spot, maybe I don't need to think this through so much and visualize the steps. What I'm talking about, of course, is probably pretty larger dreams and goals, and a little bit of time in the future as well. So with those, if you actually start to vision the steps. So what I mean by that, if I give a few examples. So let's say that you want to go on a cruise that will happen the year after, in a year's time, and it's going to be for quite a few weeks. It's quite a large cruise, and you haven't organized something like that before. So, of course, on your vision board, you could have the pictures of the ship. You might even have photos of yourself on top of images of the beach if you're going on a tropical cruise or something like that. And that is great, definitely. I don't say not to visualize the outcome as well, in itself. But as part of that, if you start then to break it up into what are the things that will need to get done for that cruise, in this example, to actually happen. So it might be actually, first of all, deciding on where exactly you want to go, or which cruise company you want to go with. And so you might need to do some research on the computer. And there's probably likely to be lots of options. So what you can do is actually visualize yourself doing this in the short term, in the next little while. So it might be something that you are planning to do the next day or the next week or something, or the next month, whatever. But to actually visualize that process, imagining you sitting at the computer. You might be with your partner or your family members or your friends who you're going with, and you're actually typing up the destinations and the companies, and you're comparing prices and what's involved, and you're actually coming up with, hopefully, some good choices, if not one main choice that you've confirmed already, that will actually identify or will be what it is that you're wanting to have done. And so it's visualizing achieving that successfully. So you find that it's easy to be able to compare the different cruises and companies, and that you actually in agreement with the people that you're traveling with, because that's not always guaranteed in terms of what it is that you're actually wanting. And also that, as you probably know, with the visualizing is really getting into the feel of it. So how does that feel with you actually undertaking that part of the process? And then what you want to be doing is then working out, okay, what's the next thing? Is it working out the dates and coordinating those with the people you're going? So you can be visualizing yourselves. If you need to for this step, you may not need to, but using the example to follow through with the example of actually of working out when is going to be the best time, and as I said, fitting in with other people, and really feeling comfortable and confident that these pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, so to speak, or the pavers is probably a better metaphor, of you going forward, where you're one step, one paver moving forward towards, as I said, your visualization. And then getting closer to the time, it might be looking at shopping for the right clothes and visualizing that aspect as well. So you've obviously got the idea of where I'm coming from. You want to be able to break it down, first of all, as part of your overall planning for something like, in this example, a cruise. It's like a mini, what I call like a project. So if I, again, put it in productivity terms, so you need to have a sense of what your outcome is, but you also need to know what the steps are. And of course, we know how powerful visualization is. So visualizing those aspects, those various parts of what it is that you're going to be achieving in the end, and striving for and attracting even more so, it's really great to be able to visualize that. And if you find you get to a point with something, say it's, if I switch then another example in your business. So for me, I'm actually exploring Facebook ads at the moment. And so I want to be setting up a vision board, or visualizing at least how those Facebook ads will look like, how they are successful for me as a marketing tool, advertising in my business, how I will be able to have clients sign up for my offerings, and how I'll be able to serve them. And so to get to that point of Facebook ads, there's a number of steps. And part of it, because I'm really just beginning that process, is working out what is the first few steps. So I've actually purchased a small course that is really great knowledge, information in it. So I'm visualizing, watching this course and learning from it and feeling confident when, as I said, a lot of attraction, in fact, a large part of it is the feeling. So I'm because I can get a bit overwhelmed with techie sometimes. So I'm visualizing myself watching the webinar, being really confident that I can actually do and implement the things that the person's advising that I do. and that I'm also then, as another step, really enjoying writing the ad itself and selecting the right image and writing the copy, and then actually getting to the point where, and I'm identifying my particular target market and working out how the specifics of which groups I want the ad to reach, and I'm visualizing people seeing it on their news feed and thinking, oh wow, this looks great, I'm going to explore it, and clicking on it, and then actually signing up. So there's lots of aspects when we're talking about projects as opposed to just a small to-do. So I really hope that you can see, and if this is a reminder for you with your visualizing, that's great. If it's something that you've never done before, then I really suggest that you give it a go and let me know how you find it in the comments, any questions that you've got. But remembering that it's visualizing as I said, the destination, what it is, in this case, successful sign-ups, Facebook ads and sign-ups for me as the business example I've just given, but also the steps along the way. And if you don't know the next step, all you need to know is, or if you don't know all of the steps, all you need to know is the very first step. And quite often that'll take you to the next one. And trusting in the universe that it will be guiding you, and that you will be feeling really, really enthused with all these positive vibrations that you're creating for yourself. Hello, Patricia. Lovely to see you. I'm just about to finish, but you're welcome to watch the replay, darling. I'm talking about the value of, in fact, the magic of not only visualizing things that we want in terms of them being fulfilled, but also the steps along the way. In other words, the journey itself. And that if we find as a step along the way in our mini visualizations as part of the journey, that it's actually not an enjoyable process, maybe what you can do is stop and actually visualize how you can make it more enjoyable. It might be getting somebody's help. It might be waiting for another day when you're going to be feeling more energetic with it. Perhaps you're tired, for instance. Making it more fun. You know, I talk a lot about, in terms of productivity, that it's meant to be fun. It's not a fun word, but it's actually meant to be fun as a process. And visualizing, of course, is so much a fun process. And I really encourage you to do that with your projects that you have, your main pieces of work in your business, or of course at home. And I of course gave the example of the travel with the cruise ship. So I will leave it there, and happy visualizing. As I said, any comments, questions, please put them in the comments below. If you do this, let me know if you've got anything more to add to make it even better. I'm open to suggestions, well and truly. So I will leave it there. I say love to you all. Namaste, and see you next time.